Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're talking about a pedal again. This one's pretty cool though. I just got it recently. It's called the Onward. I keep calling it the Outward pedal for some reason, but it's the Onward. It is a sampler pedal. And so what this thing does is it takes the sound that you play, it'll play it back to you after affecting it. And if it hears another sound that you play, it's going to replace that original sound and play back the new one. That's the basic kind of high level premise of what the pedal does. It's two channels, and that's important as well. And the two channels are run in parallel. But this pedal does not stack sounds, so it's not a looper pedal per se. It's almost like a looper light. It's not a looper. I'm gonna break up my demo and review or whatever on this pedal into a lot of easily digestible sections. So this first video, this is just an overview. It's like a quick start guide. I did pay for this pedal myself. It's not sponsored or anything like that. Nobody sponsors me. So to start, I want to talk about the jacks on the side of the pedal. Now there's an input and an output jack, obviously, but the cool thing is they can be mono or stereo. Also, there is a dip switch on the back here that is labeled MISO, and that stands for mono in, stereo out. So if you flip that, this can be the pedal in your chain that changes your signal from mono to stereo. So that functionality and flexibility is really cool. All right, let's dive in and let's look closer at the functions and what the pedal does. Now, this is a two-channel pedal. So one channel is called glitch, and the glitch channel is gonna sample and repeat small chunks of audio. The other channel is called freeze, and freeze captures and sustains a single moment in time. The left foot switch turns on the glitch function thusly. And as you'll see, I have mix at 50%, just so you know. So let's turn that off. That's my guitar sound. With glitch on, now the right foot switch turns on the freeze function. Now both of the foot switches work similarly in that you're going to tap them to enable them, but one thing you want to keep in mind is you can also hold them down to lock a sample that you can play over. So let me show you this. Now the middle toggle is a preset toggle, so you're gonna have two presets, one on the right and one on the left. And the center of the toggle is the live setting. So whatever you have all the knobs set to, you'll get that if you're in the center. Now to save to the right slot, or the right preset, you're gonna hold the right switch for 3 seconds, and then add the left for 3 seconds. Boom, that's saved to the right slot. If we want to save to the left slot, hold the left button for 3 seconds, and then the right. As you can see in the middle, you get an LED blink. The green means it's saved to the left, and the red means it's saved to the right. Now let's start going over the knobs. So first of all, we have the size knob, and that does a lot. So it sets the length of the glitch. It also sets the overall timing of other aspects of the pedal. It's also going to impact how long freeze holds one note before it grabs the second, and it also controls the subdivisions when the MIDI is clock synced. So now we have the mix. Now the mix knob sets the balance between the input and the pedal. It basically, and it does that for both effects. And it's dry wet, right? So if ramping is engaged, also this knob controls the ramp speed. There's a dip switch in the back to deal with that, and all dip switch things I'm going to save for a later video, the dip switch video. All right, so now we're going to get into the weeds a little bit, and I'm only going to gloss over these other sections quickly because I'm going to have dedicated videos for them later on. So the rest of the pedal breaks up into 3 sections, and that's how the manual explains it, and I think that is a very good way to explain it. So there's an error section, a shape section, and an effects section. Let's talk about the error knob. So the error knob sets the likelihood of an error occurring and also sometimes the intensity of it. Now there's 3 types of error that the pedal can do. And so there's timing, condition, and playback. And those three types are set depending on the toggle switch in the error section of the pedal. Timing changes sample size, condition introduces mutes and sample rate shifts, and playback destabilizes playback speed and direction. Let me quickly let you hear that. I'm going full mix. So we're on the timing section of error. So timing changes the sample size. So let's listen to that. As you can hear, that will do an awful lot. Now, the condition setting, that introduces mutes and sample rate shifts. Let's try glitch with that. Gets pretty extreme. And then finally, the last error is the playback, and that destabilizes playback speed and direction. So let's check that out. We'll stay in glitch for that. Okay, now we're gonna go over the shape section. So the sustain knob, that sets how long sounds are gonna hold before falling away. And when you max it out, it goes infinite. And by the way, the size knob also impacts the sustain. Within that sustain world, there's 3 types of sustain. There is slow, which is this toggle to the left. There is a user setting, which you can kind of fine tune. I'll go over that later. That's in the hidden options. That's another video. And then on the right, it's a fast fade. Let's start with the low fade. And I'm actually gonna kind of keep the mix more normal. We'll go with freeze. And we're gonna keep the sustain at 50% for now. So this is the fade. Did you hear how long that took to come in? Versus fast. Slow. Finally, we're on the effects section. So the effects section has 3 parts to it. It's got the octave knob, and that's going to blend in an octave. And if you turn the pedal to the left, the knob brings in a half-speed lower octave voice, and if you turn it to the right, it brings in an upper octave voice. So let you hear that. And by the way, when the octave knob is centered, it does nothing. So nothing. Okay, so the next one is texture. So texture adds grit. And there's 2 kinds of grit. There's an overdrive on the right half of the knob sweep, and there's sample rate reduction on the left. And when that knob is at noon, texture is disabled. Let's hear the sample rate reduction. Okay, and then finally, there's an Animate toggle switch. And this determines what movement you're going to get on top of all these other effects. So when it's centered, it's turned off. When it's turned to the left, it's a vibrato. And when it's pushed to the right, it's a slow chorus. So let me let you hear the chorus. Let's check out vibrato. So also this pedal has many hidden options, and I'm going to cover those in another video soon, but let's hit the last items on this pedal. So on the right-hand side, you have a port for expression pedal or CV use. On the left-hand side, you have a port for MIDI, or you can hook up an external foot switch to turn on the glitch, only the glitch. Now on the back of the pedal, we have the usual suspects. We have lots of dip switches, and again, we're talking about that later, not today. You're going to need a 9-volt, 200 milliamp power supply, and then finally, there's a USB port on here. I don't know what this does, but I'm guessing it will someday allow a firmware update. I didn't see anything in the manual referring to the USB port. Now, one quick thing I wanted to talk about right now while I have a chance is I wanted to show you how they package this pedal, because this is something I've been thinking about more and more lately, and especially as I do more pedal reviews, and you know, like I buy a certain number of pedals every year. I have a budget for it, and so I just get the things that I think are interesting or cool, and I buy them and I review them, right? So anyway, one thing I've noticed after buying so many pedals over the past few years is a lot of companies send a lot of things with their pedals that I don't really want or need. I don't need stickers. I don't need any extra gack or junk. Like, I don't need more plastic ending up in the landfill. So when Chase Bliss sent this out, because I bought this directly from them, it came in this box, and the box, whoa, it's falling apart. Box looks fully compostable, no plastic, outside of a sticker, which quite frankly, I don't really need the sticker either. That's just more landfill stuff. This being kind of environmentally thoughtful, like this is the best I've seen a pedal company do thus far, or one of the best, so kudos to Chase Bliss for thinking about that. Okay, that's it for the intro video. Now I know that was a lot. Next week, I'm going to focus on the freeze channel of the pedal only. So it'll be more of a deep dive. It'll be, you know, more specific. So you'll probably walk away feeling like you know exactly what that does. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. I'm releasing music soon, so keep an eye out for that as well, okay? Thank you very much. Have a good day.